you go.
Still gonna see it.
Nah, it's fine. Just playing around, man.
Orange men are back after a little bit of a hiatus.
Hiatus. What's up, people out there? Pick up those drums yet?
I love it. No, it's coming now. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clinton here with you on a Friday night. Spinning the truth, saying the truth as we see it, as we say it, whether you like it or not. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the relentless pursuit of the truth. Because that's how we roll.
Very good.
Here we go.
Dave. The crowd's back.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. We appreciate you watching, listening, subscribing, like, follow, and share. Thumbs up.
Yeah, no matter how shadow banned we may be.
Yeah.
You know, my TikTok is a little banned too. Everything I touch is banned.
Yeah, man. Well,
You can't tell the truth anywhere anymore.
When you say the truth will set you free, apparently it doesn't.
The truth will get you kicked off YouTube. That's pretty much about it. And banned on TikTok and every other goddamn. For some reason I have no problem on Instagram. I'm golden with Instagram.
I don't think you post enough craziness over there yet.
Well, everything that gets kicked off TikTok it stays on Instagram.
Yeah, I guess you're not getting people viewing it. Well,
I don't know.
Welcome back.
Yeah, man. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
I needed this therapy. It's been 2 weeks. I haven't had a chance to talk.
I know.
Because people I talk to in my circle, nobody listens. Shut up, you crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's the sad part, and we're having all this information that's coming out, and it's that, like you were just saying, the stuff you get banned for or deleted or videos deleted. It's like, nah, it was actually the truth, and it was actually facts and figures, and
yeah, they're trying really hard to silence us. They're doing a great job.
The sad part is that the science should be apolitical.
Yeah.
And they've made it one side or the other.
Well, this has become a battle between, I want to say good and evil, but, that'll get you kicked off too. I was listening to Dennis Prager today.
All right.
And somebody called in and said, the Democrats got away with it once.
Mm-hmm.
What's to stop them from doing it again?
Right.
And Prager said, nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you have a motive, and what he said was, if I really believed that Adolf Hitler was trying to get into office, I would cheat too. And that's their motive. Their motive is by calling us, a threat to democracy, and Trump's the next Hitler. It demonizes us so much that, of course, you have to cheat because you can't let these people get in office. You can't let the devil take over. So yeah, they have a motive, and they have the
The means.
The means, exactly.
Because
so nothing's going to stop them.
They're paying the billions of dollars to keep the situations the way they are. And it's
they got the means and they got the motive. So nothing's going to stop them.
Well, besides the motive of, I mean, the motive.
Well, the motive is a lie.
Well, the narrative of,
but
it's
nonetheless, it's a motive.
It's also power, money and power. And that's what the Democrats, and listen, probably all politicians in general, but these group of people, shit, they don't want to relinquish any power. It's all about the money.
Yeah. That's what it's all come down to, yeah.
It's not even like Joe's just the guy in front of the cameras, but he's not running the country. You know what I mean? It's not.
Oh, no, he couldn't. He couldn't if he tried.
He's just the guy that's going to take the fall when everything starts falling apart. Like
he's just happy being president.
Like you, yeah, on his third try.
Look at me. I'm the president.
I'm in good shape.
Yeah. Watch me. Watch me destroy the country right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, so the OPEC, the Saudis came out and they threw his ass under the bus like, oh, yeah, he wanted us to wait to make this decision until after midterms or a month. And when he asked, the month would have been after midterms. So when you start seeing your gas prices rise, because I saw that there was 8 days left in the strategic reserves that were filled by Mr. T at 40-year highs.
Hey, boy,
and now we're getting ready to get rid of them. We're looking to Venezuela to ship us crude oil so we can refine it. And that guy,
we don't need oil.
That guy has a $15 million narco trafficking contract by the FBI on his head. But let's deal with terrorists and criminals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever makes me look good is how we're going to work it out.
Makes no sense. None at all.
It makes perfect sense.
Well, to them, but
because they got to keep the people happy until midterms, and then once midterms hit, like we said, if they lose, we're screwed. Because Joe's going to executive order everything, and if they win, or if we win, well, that's what I meant the first time. If we win, we're screwed because Joe's just going to executive order everything. If we lose, we're screwed even more because there's whatever happiness and joy you have in your life, they're going to take it. We were just talking this morning about the 1099 stuff, like.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of all the contracts.
Just people trying to fucking
small business,
trying to make ends meet right now. Delivering DoorDash and giving ride shares to people.
Yeah, because they can't afford to live on a 9-to-5 job.
He wants to take those away. That source of income. The people that are out at like Instacart. You know what I mean? Like, here, we're going to take your jobs away during the pandemic. Go find something else to do. People go out and they hustle. They're hustling. Trying to make ends meet.
That's what America's about.
Working 50, 60 hours delivering people's groceries or Amazon Fresh or whatever they're doing. And I'm going to get rid of that. I want your money. That's what it's all about, too. He wants your money. He wants your tips. He wants your money. He wants everything. Because you know why?
Why?
Where's it going?
It's cool. Fund the war in Iraq and Ukraine.
Well, probably in Iraq too.
Iraq. Yeah.
It's all the same.
Did you hear his son died in Iraq too?
Yeah, I just listen. This guy
has got more lies than Pinocchio.
Yeah, he was Puerto Rican too. You know what I mean? Like,
well, aren't we all? Speaking of Puerto Rican,
yeah,
I would like to talk. I just want to just get it off my chest because this Columbus Day / I can't even say it.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous People Day.
Okay.
Is a complete and utter lie.
Okay.
Thank God Christopher Columbus landed. I believe he landed in South America. Because he had to deal with the Aztecs, who were brutal, vicious murderers.
Listen, we've discussed that before with the Native American tribes. You know what I mean? Like.
And if it wasn't for the Europe, I mean, that's where the Hispanics came from. Spain. Yeah. Yeah. The Spanish had sex with the indigenous people.
Well, that's why.
And that's where the Hispanics came from.
That's why they speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Well, geez, I never would have thought that. I thought it was just.
But those civilizations were barely civilizations. They were, the Aztecs murdered hundreds of thousands of their own people.
Yeah. Well, it was warring tribes in every country.
But yet the Europeans or the Spaniards, they were the evil ones, the evil white people. They spend so much time trying to make white people the problem. You know, and Christopher Columbus was a hero. Whether you like it or not, the guy set out. First of all, they all thought the fucking world was flat. He thought he was going out to his death.
It might be.
They thought he was gonna sail right off the edge and die.
Wow.
This dude, and look at the ships they went out in.
I hear you.
Wooden fucking sailboats. I mean, how did they make it across the ocean? I mean, it was an incredible feat.
Right.
You know, these people were smart. And, you know,
well, if you read the history books, Columbus raped and killed and murdered.
and that's not true. There was only one document found that told that story.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Christopher Columbus's rival, his political rival. That's who made those
Put
fucking
out some
lines
misinformation
up.
back there in the
absolutely. That's like
1500s.
Yeah, that's like if I told Joe Biden to do a documentary on Trump's life.
Yeah.
What do you think it would be?
Terrible.
Yeah, and then 2,000 years later,
Scribe.
You look at Joe Biden's opinion of Trump. You're going to think Trump was the devil, the second coming of
Listen,
Beelzebub.
I will definitely agree with were Native Americans treated terribly in this country? Yes.
No,
You don't think so?
not until civilization.
Well, no,
kicked
that's
in.
what I'm saying. Well, like, you know, you kept on.
Early on, the people who were being murdered by the people in those tribes were happy for Christopher Columbus to show up because he saved their fucking asses.
Because it was a strong. Yeah, I'm talking about as the government itself.
Yeah, well, the government's corrupt. Yeah,
in the 1800s when it started kicking. You know.
Yeah, we killed all their buffalo. We starved them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the early. You know, when Christopher Columbus and the Pilgrims settled here, everybody was getting along. Sure, was there problems? Yeah.
Yeah, there's problems in everything.
There's problems everywhere. There's problems to this day with people over border territories and wars. But yes,
It's not how they portrayed it to be.
it's not the conquerors or you know this. I forget what we're called.
Well, listen, they had to be conquered. In order to end their reign of terror, they had to be conquered. It's like we're never going to end the reign of terror of the Democrat Party until we defeat them.
Well, it's also like you're not going to change the Middle East because those certain countries don't like each other. So it's the same thing across the lands of Americas, because obviously North, Central, and South. But you weren't going to change, you know what I mean? You had warring factions there, and they raped and pillaged each other. It was just like the Viking tribes, too. You know what I mean? Like everybody, whoever was the stronger clan at the time, took over
Right.
and took their spoils, right or wrong.
But, you know, once the United States of America was established, it was established as the greatest country in the world. When we signed that Declaration of Independence,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and formed that Constitution, we became the sole source of freedom and liberty in the world.
Mm.
No other country in the world to this day has a constitution. I mean, a constitution like ours with the First Amendment and the Second Amendment.
Well, it's slowly getting dwindled down because you can only say what we approve you to say or we remove you.
Yeah, we're in big trouble. And I'm really not confident about November. I mean, I hope I hope there's a red wave.
Kind of like what Prager said, though. I mean, I agree with you. How can you be?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop this machine.
I'm confident too because a lot of the I'm wishy-washy. I shouldn't say confident, but I think the seats in the House, regardless of how people feel about the Democrats, I think they're just done with the state of this country. The fuel prices, the food prices, the crises, the border crises.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And I think I agree with what you're saying. If they really want to do it, they probably can. But I think a lot of states, and that was why they had this big push for oh, well, look, they're changing. No, they're not changing voting law. You changed the voting laws during the summer of 2020. All these states and
Yeah, well, they used the pandemic to do it.
Exactly.
Illegally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how so the legislatures in the states went back and were like, no, we're not doing that again. And I mean, we're a little under a month out, and I mean, there's no threat of the V word anymore because everybody's like, nah, we're done with it. So I don't even think you could bring that up. You know what I mean? As a everybody hunker down and get back in your homes. No, we're not doing that. So kind of what you said a couple of weeks ago with the, you see this big push with Zelensky and Biden and, the UN's going, well, this threat from Russia. Like, all right, well,
that's the next.
What are you pushing? Is that what you're going to try to keep everybody home? Like, oh, we have to stay home, nuclear fallout. Like, they went out and bought $290 million worth of radiation medication. Now, first off, that's probably not enough for everybody in this country. So who do you think that's for?
Well, did you see, like, I'm up in North Jersey,
mm-hmm.
and I'm riding into work, and I pass this, I'm making a right turn, and there's this bus next to me, and I look over, and there's this big sign on the bus about hunkering down for a nuclear disaster. I'm like,
make sure you wear your mask.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Stay indoors. And it's a whole thing about what to do if
well, that's what I'm saying.
You're not trying to fucking scare people into submission again?
It's subliminal mind programming, and that's what they've been doing. It's
like, what the fuck are we doing?
It's the same thing with these ads. You can't even watch local TV around here because it's like, it's Fetterman, it's Fetterman, Mastriano, Shapiro, it's Fetterman, Mastriano, Shapiro. Like, this guy's bad. We're good. You're bad. We good. Like, Jesus, end this already.
I mean, if you like killing, first of all, ending a pregnancy is ending a human life. Period.
Right.
It's not a fucking cake. It's not going to be a dog.
Right.
There's men and there's women. I'm sorry if you don't like that. Too fucking bad. I'm not going to play this fucking dumbass game with you. That, who the hell was it? I heard it today. The American Medical Association, the AMA.
Yeah.
They came out and said that on everyone's birth certificate going forward, you should not put male or female.
Why?
Because you have to wait for the child to decide what it is.
That's funny because my daughter just took the the PSSAs, the standardized testing, and it's male or female on when you sign your name, and it's like, because they want to find out how many females are smart and how many males are smart or dumb for that matter. But so one of the girls was like, what if you're not either one of these? And the teacher was like, whatever one you are, just fill. I don't even care. I'm not even.
I'm gonna have this conversation.
You want to be like, it doesn't say non-binary, transgender,
but
koala bear on here.
But how do you trust an organization, the American Medical Association? How do you trust them when they can't even?
Yeah,
when you can't, it's a boy or a girl. I don't give a. You got a penis or a vagina. There's two sexes, and the fact that you're going to come out as an organization,
yes,
as a trusted medical organization, and say that I'll never trust anything you fucking say again.
Playing into this game.
It's insanity. You're all idiots. And then you call me crazy for going, wait, what?
Yeah.
There's no fucking other gender.
Thousands of years it's been man or woman.
Of science. Thousands of years
now
of proven science.
Now all of a sudden, because we have this fake-ass administration in this building.
Oh, my God.
Now all of a sudden, everybody could be a fake boy, a fake girl.
How can you trust them?
I don't trust them anyway.
Did you see the school that put a fucking litter box in the stall for this girl who identified as a fucking cat so he can shit in the fucking sand?
Yeah, I did.
Who does that? What the fuck is wrong with you people? You're insane.
Did you see the guy? I meant to send it to you. He showed up to the school board meeting as Ronnie the Rat, like Ronnie the Rat, and he showed up in a rat costume. And he's like, I'm the teacher of the civics class. And
wait, is he serious?
No, he was joking, but he was showing how ridiculous it was because the guy's like, read Ron the Rat. run threat. And the guy comes walking up in this little costume.
Rat suit.
They're like, the guy like sees him walking up. He's like, gee, oh my God. Like, but yeah, it's the same like with the dude with the big fake tits. Everybody's all upset about it. And he's like, listen, I was against, you were touting me as toxic masculinity. So he went the other way. He got these huge fake, like.
I saw that, dude. It was creepy.
It is creepy.
He had a mask on too, right?
But I don't know if it's a mask.
He had a surgical mask.
Oh, well, I guess because he's playing a part. But now he can't. Now they're waiting for him to fire him. He has this petition that that the kids signed and was like, sure, we don't care that you're doing this. Because they were getting ready to fire him. So when he came back the next school year, he was like, oh, I'm just going to dress up as whatever he is now. And everybody's like, at first, everybody was like, I can't believe the school board's doing this. And then like some of the kids were like, no, this is my teacher. He's doing it because of this. Because of, like you said, we've gone so far. It's
out of control. We're insane.
Yeah, it's clown world. And yet you have people.
It's what we live in right now.
There's a video of AOC out there, and there's two guys. I mean, there's really predominantly two guys that are screaming, and they're going because she signed off. Listen, I agree. I agree with them. I'm not as panicked as they are, but it just goes to show you the panic of the left and how easy they are to scare into kind of like you were just saying about the bus. Like you see that bus, and then you're watching like commercials like this could happen because under Trump, or you know what I mean, like. Automatically, you're going, well, I don't want this guy back if he's going to like he was supposed to cause the wars.
Did you hear Biden today? If Trump gets back in, the inflation will go
up even more.
Yeah, is he out of his fucking mind? What planet is he on?
But so
and everybody just goes, yeah. These fucking news, this whole goddamn world's out of fucking order.
I mean, I remember watching Jim Acosta during the virus.
Jim Acosta,
the White House virus. Briefings every day. Jim Acosta's in there and he's yelling at Trump. Here it's like, first off, Joe doesn't even get any questions. And when he does, he's like, yeah, let me stop talking. Like,
what did you just say?
Exactly. He doesn't even, everything's scripted. There's, the only guy that's really given anybody a hard time is Peter Doocy. And even that's like, it's moderately bad. Like, no, where's the hard questions? Where's the hard hitting journalism? Like you're just saying, there's nobody with follow ups. Like, oh, that's great that you said that, but what about? I can't answer that. That's not in my book here. I don't have your follow up.
I don't have that in the binder.
And listen, Jen Psaki was a terrific liar. This chick now, she's just an idiot.
Well, the problem is she has to read every 2 sentences.
Because she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's told what to say. And it's kind of like what we were saying, like kind of before we started getting on here. Like, you watch these channels and everything's just fed to you. We're feeding you the news that we want you to see, what we want you to watch, and what you want to hear. And
where's the fucking parents?
Of who?
What parent lets their kid go to school as a cat? I'd be like, come here. What's the matter with you? Cat. You know what I would do? I would go to school, and I would get one of those wind-up mice and just fucking let it loose in the hallway and see if the kid chases it. I'm like, you're an idiot. Well, first of all, listen, I don't want to call the kid an idiot. The kid's got some fucking problems, and they need some real help. Someone needs to help this kid.
Exactly
not put a fucking litter box in the fucking bathroom stall.
Well, why is it? Yeah.
What are you nuts?
It's the school.
Who are these people? What plan? I mean, this is insanity. They all need to be locked up. These people need help, and we're treating them like they're fucking normal.
I couldn't imagine.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't imagine being in the back of the classroom taking a dump in a litter box because I'm a cat. Or I'm pretending. Listen, maybe this person's a genius and she's going to make her way through school and clearly my math test was properly done because I'm a cat. Like,
yeah, I just scratched a little.
Yeah. How many claws do I have up?
Well, I don't know. Were you declawed or do you have them all?
Well, yeah, you're right. I don't know. It is like you're saying, it's ridiculous. Going back to what Prager said, it's going to be hard. I think I think we can overrun it. Like we did the first time. I saw somebody posted. It was a woman. I guess she was on TikTok and made its way to Instagram. But she said, vote later if you can in the evening, because if you think about it, in 2020, I mean, pretty much everybody voted all day long, but it gave them time to figure out almost how many votes they needed.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy.
But again, everybody can't vote in the evening because the polls closed down, or you know what I mean? Like those happen.
Well, they turned election day into election month.
Yeah, well,
they've destroyed our elections. They've destroyed them.
On my Instagram the other day, it said Orangeman Podcast 2. Click here to get your mail-in ballot, and I'm like, I'm not even a real person. No, I did click on it, and it was like it took you to Pennsylvania, and it was like, oh, fill your form out. But it was the point of like, do I fill this out as the Orangeman Podcast 2, or
sure. As long as you're voting for a Democrat, it's fine.
Yeah. Do I fill it out as myself? Like
my wife isn't going to be around for election day.
Yeah,
she's going on a little trip with the girls, so she applied for her
mail-in,
her absentee or mail-in ballot. Yeah. So I guarantee it, because she's Republican, it's not going to show up here. I guarantee it. Yeah, she's not going to see it. I guarantee it.
Hey, you're probably right.
If it shows up, I'll be really surprised. But I know it's not going to. In this liberal fucking district that we live in, it's not coming. She ain't gonna see it. Oh, thanks for applying for it.
The thing too,
you've been approved.
The thing,
just wait by your mailbox.
Yeah,
it ain't fucking coming.
The thing too is like I mean,
if I'm a fucking cat and shit in a fucking litter box, I'll get it.
Whatever state you're in, and especially like locally.
Confusion. That's the fucking state we're in.
Locally is where, I mean, it really affects you with your taxes and your school boards and stuff like that. So definitely, I mean, pay attention to who's getting into those spots.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying, no, well, I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Red, white, you know what I mean? Red or blue, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. But at least pay attention and go.
Everybody's fighting back. Everybody's starting to talk. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I saw they're not using, I forget what county it was. They're not using the Sharpie markers. They're using like the whatever, like the real one that won't bleed through the paper. And it's like, are we supposed to be using markers, or is it supposed to be pens?
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
They're only going to count the ones they want to count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
All right, Dave. Then what do we? Listen, I agree. Whatever.
What do we do? Yeah, that's the question.
You just gotta keep on going living, man. Do your thing. Listen,
I don't know that we're going to be able to do our thing.
We're
destroying this country. You can't fucking get gas. You can't get fucking food. Your fucking investments are going to shit. Crypto is fucking. It's going to be wiped out. They're destroying everything, man. Everything. They're telling people that nuclear war's coming. They got people shitting their pants. I mean, everything they're doing is destructive.
Are nukes real?
I don't fucking know. I don't know anything. I don't even know if there's such thing. I can't believe anything I see anymore. Everything's fucking smoke and mirrors.
That's what I was trying to, when you were like, Putin's going to drop a nuke. I'm like, do we even believe in nukes? I saw some videos.
I have no idea
of Japan, and it was pretty much wiped out. Sure,
I have no idea if it's even real technology.
Or maybe they got rid of it all.
Was that nuclear?
Yeah, it was atom bombs.
Yeah, but that was splitting the atom. I don't think that's nuclear.
I don't know.
It's not.
It's all similar, I guess.
I don't think so.
What about space? You want to talk about that space thing you sent me? The TikTok?
Yeah, we haven't got time in this episode, but the next one, yeah, we'll talk about that. Everything's fucking fake. I don't know. You know, the Alex Jones thing.
Yeah.
Well, they find this guy $1 billion. We'll come back and talk about that.
Well, we can. Yeah. All right.
But they find him $1 billion.
Yeah.
6 families. How many families were affected? I don't know. 17, 18, 19. Yeah. But only 6 families are going to get rich off this thing.
Off the $1 billion.
And how about taking the guy that did the violence?
Yeah.
How about suing his ass? No, you can't sue him.
He doesn't have any money.
And why sue a guy who's talking? So what? Somebody thinks it's fake. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
Yeah, well,
how does that even justify a lawsuit?
But they're setting a precedent for stuff like this. People who have these kind of platforms to go, Oh, well,
Right. Well, that's my point.
We have video of you talking misinformation, and you were saying that.
Yeah, and we're going to go to jail.
I'm definitely not paying.
I don't have $1 billion.
I'm not paying $1 billion. So
I got 25 cents you can have.
see you in the gulags. No, but it's.
But that's what they're setting the stage for.
Well, if
for anybody who dissents.
So yes, exactly. But we should have a class action lawsuit. I think you said it earlier. Where not here, but when we were talking earlier, against like Rachel Maddow, all these sports stars, Colbert. You know what I mean? Keith Olbermann, everybody. Even Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy, everybody who was saying, go do this for your health, for your health, for your health. Yeah. How's that working out? That was all misinformation. That wasn't real. That's all fake.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Because it's their side.
Yeah. And that's the problem. And you can see how many people, listen, the people with the money and the power and the voice.
Well, those who have the money control the news.
Right.
Control the people.
Right. And they control the elections. They control everything. Listen, the Democrats have been cheating in elections forever.
Well, both sides probably have. But yes. I heard a thing. It's too long to get into.
All right, we'll come back.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Smash those links.
Smash them.
Patriot Cigar Company, Orangeman in the checkout. Get 15% off of your hand-rolled Nicaraguan tobacco.
Nicaraguan.
This guy's fucking everything up. First Warrior, get your Patriotic Apparel, hoodies, sweatshirts, hats, and shirts. Outlawed 10 in the code at checkout. 10% off. T20 Sanders. We're Redcon 1. Get in shape. I know it's bulking season, but we need some fat burners. Get your pre-workouts, your shakes. Because the holidays are coming and you're going to want to lose that weight. Thanks, everybody. Patriot Podcast Network on your Roku devices. And as always, thumbs up, rumble up. And we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Orangeman out.